All right, and welcome back to the Three Gators podcast, episode 2. My name is Gabe.
Rodrigo.
Max.
And we're here to talk about our favorite movies of 2016. 2016 just ended, and so it seems the appropriate time of year to talk about what we think were the best movies or our favorite movies of the past year were. So, Max, do you want to start off with a few honorable mentions if you got them?
I've got a couple honorable mentions. They're kind of ranked, but I'm going to say
That's fair.
My lowest honorable mention would be BVS, which is Batman vs. Superman. It's an honorable mention, didn't make top 10.
Very divisive film.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good setup for Justice League. A lot of problems with plot.
Yes.
But I was told that the Super Edition or the Ultra Edition,
The Ultimate Edition, yeah.
that has a 30-minute
Oh, that's the one you have, right?
Yeah, I
So
just
you have
got
to
it,
watch
and
it.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, there's more. So,
What I'm hearing is you have to watch it again.
I
Sorry.
Yeah, I liked the movie okay. I know Rodrigo was not a fan whatsoever.
No.
And that's fair, to each his own. A lot of people didn't like it. Most people didn't like it.
Well,
Who kidding?
I liked everything up until basically until this BVS fight, until there was actually Batman and Superman.
Right.
And spoiler, if you haven't seen it, Batman basically wins. That's when it.
which I thought you would love.
All right.
No, I do know.
Hey, guys.
That's why I said.
Let's not get caught up in the honorable mentions here.
I love everything up to that point, but that's it. Is that your only honorable mention, or do you have a?
No,
He's got a couple more. Keep going.
my next one would be Jungle Book. Didn't make
Really?
top 10. I know. I loved it. It was a great movie.
Right. Yeah. Don't take anything away from it.
It'll be on your top 10s. I can.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe.
I enjoyed
That-
that.
It is a great movie.
A lot.
But
Wow.
I like a couple of these other ones a little bit more.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
No, that's to each their own.
And then I'm going to say my last one, and I'm going to get it.
So you have 3 honorable mentions.
That's 3 honorable
So Jungle Book is your number 12?
Uh-oh, he
Yes.
said, he
Oh,
said
okay, all right.
What's the 11th one?
Is the Nice Guys.
Oh, all right.
I know. And this was the
Dang.
one that was fighting, even maybe number 9. but
Even
I
number
just-
9.
Yeah,
Wow.
it
You
was
just
good.
couldn't in the end.
But I just couldn't in the end.
Damn.
just because I
Well,
Well, I'm glad you got an honorable mention there. I'm surprised that
it
I'm surprised that you liked it more than Jungle Book.
I did. I loved it way more than Jungle Book.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay,
it
all
was-
right.
It was great.
Well,
Awesome.
I don't have any honorable mentions. I just have my list mainly because, well, one, I don't see as many movies as you guys.
Yeah, like
Especially Gabe. Because
oh gosh. All right,
I
let's
don't-
just spread out the numbers here. Rodrigo saw 18 movies from 2016.
I saw that.
Max saw 19.
19.
I saw a total of 60.
Yeah, he saw a lot.
Yeah,
I don't have as many movies fresh in my mind, so.
Yeah, but
Well,
this is good.
It's not about it being fresh. I just didn't
Yeah.
see as many.
We have 3 types of movie fans here. You have like the very casual person who sees what he wants to see, the
That's me.
big stuff. Max was a bit more into it. He follows more of the franchises and a couple of the independent films. Then you have me that tries to see everything he can.
Jesus Christ. There
So-
were a lot of good movies, though.
There were. So we have 3 very different opinions here, which is good. It's a lot of debate.
What are
Um,
your? You have,
I
how many do you have?
Normally I only do 5, but I have to do 6 this time because
Okay, well,
because what I have at number 16 has to be mentioned, and
Fair
that's
enough.
Sing Street.
This
This is making
I haven't heard of that.
yeah, it's a very small film. It's making a lot of people's top 10 lists. It's a really enjoyable film, and it has a very powerful message about art. But there were just more movies that I liked or I thought were better. It's
Fair
not
enough.
taking away from Sing Street. All right, so number 15, I've got The Magnificent Seven.
Oh,
This
really?
movie-
Oh, I've seen. Yeah. I've
This
heard of
movie
that.
was so freaking enjoyable. This is up there with oh no, I can't say it because I
Well,
got
so
this
you
higher.
just
Yeah.
started. Okay, what's that?
But Magnificent Seven is like one of the top, I'd say, 3 most entertaining times I had at the theater this year. It proves again why I think the Western is the most fun genre. All right, coming in at number 14, we have Zootopia.
What?
Yep,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Zootopia is an incredible Disney film. I think it might crack my top 10 favorite Disney animated movies. It has a really good message. I love the animation in it. Yeah, so number 13, I have Hell or High Water, which is getting a lot of buzz right now.
I have.
It's a modern Western, great performances from Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges, and Ben Foster. Very good premise. Go into the film knowing nothing, because once you know the plot, it's kind of like a good surprise when you don't know it. Number 12, this one really hurt me when it got knocked out of the top 10. Sully.
Really?
I thoroughly enjoyed Sully, but
Tom Hanks, bro.
man, I just came across, and it's a very short film. It's an hour and a half, directed by Clint Eastwood. Very well, mind you.
Wow. I didn't
wow.
realize.
I didn't know it was Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very short too.
I love Tom Hanks.
It goes by very fast. So bummed that didn't make it. And my final honorable mention, I just saw this movie very recently, Manchester by the Sea.
Oh,
Also getting a
wow.
lot of buzz.
That's with Casey Affleck, right?
Yeah, it's a very affecting film, very deep. It's a slow burn. You don't find out really what you see Casey Affleck's character, and you're like, what is his deal? You don't find out until about 40 minutes into the picture. But once you do, it just hits you like a freaking truck. So yeah, those movies, definitely check them out. Those aren't the only good movies of the year that didn't make the top 10 list, but those are the ones I feel you should check out as well.
It's also occurring to me that he knew about that movie. I didn't know about that movie, but
Well,
he knew about it because of commercials.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, I watch TV. TV's my thing, so
Yeah.
I've seen that. Even the commercials look kind of.
I
You can tell it's a heavy movie.
It's not like depressing, but it is heavy. It is heavy. It's not completely depressing.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it depressing.
It's
but
very
interesting. It's emotional. It's
Yeah.
definitely
It's emotionally potent
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I would cry.
You
Well,
because it's not.
it's not really a tearjerker, but there is
Yeah.
one scene that I think would make you cry.
It's
There's
not so much
one-
like a sad.
There's a
movie,
flashback scene that explains why his character the way he is.
Yeah.
I think that's where you might
Yeah.
find a couple of tears.
All right. Well,
I
let's
gotta check
start.
it
All right, so yeah,
let's
so
start
that's
getting into it. Do you want to start?
No, I think you should start because we did our honorable mentions and you haven't said it.
Okay.
oh
fair
okay,
enough.
yeah, fair.
All right. Well, it's kind of funny. My 10th one is Zootopia.
Awesome. All right.
It just cracked into
Good
the
pick.
top. I mean, it's we mentioned it before, very enjoyable movie, Disney, so animation's great, the characters are funny, the storyline's, entertaining and you follow it. And it's just, I had a fun time watching.
So many good in jokes too. We all saw that one together.
Yeah.
Oh, Zootopia? No, the comedy was my
That was
favorite.
really
The movie
funny.
was really funny. And the message was a good one, but the comedy, I'm more in the movie for the comedy.
Yeah.
It was a good message.
All right, so then am I next?
So we're going, yeah.
All right, so keeping on the theme of animated movies, my number 10, Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, you
Kubo!
That was
Wow.
tough. That was tough.
Interesting.
Fighting between Manchester by the Sea and Kubo as to which I thought was better. It was just, it was so hard. I went with Kubo because I don't think it's getting enough love, even though it is very well praised, but not a lot of people saw it.
Yeah.
It is such a well animated movie. Laika is doing something new with the stop motion technique, the mythology that it has, and I think this is the closest we're ever going to get to a Legend of Zelda movie.
Yeah.
In this way, it also feels a lot like Avatar: The Last Airbender. The series, it does.
It felt kind of like that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
It's just a fun. It's not just a fun journey. It's very emotional. There's a lot of mythology into it. There's history. It feels like a very well told story.
It feels like it's more than a movie.
Yeah.
It feels like it's way more than
Like I don't want a sequel to it or anything, but I feel like sometimes movies have books come out that are about the art of this movie. I feel like if we get an art of Kubo,
Kubo.
if it hasn't come out yet, I don't know. And then you get more history about it through like, oh, this is this.
Well, I can guarantee you, looking at the numbers, Gabe and I, we did some research into it. That movie made no money. We enjoyed it and we loved it.
Yeah, it was on a
didn't
budget
make
of
any
$60 million, and it made
barely-
like $70 million, which
barely
doesn't.
broke even.
Yeah.
But that's not including.
That's not
marketing
including
and all that
promotional
stuff.
costs, right?
So you're not going to get a sequel to that movie anytime soon, unless you want to promote that one.
I don't want a sequel. I think
Very
it's
well.
fine, perfectly
I think
fine.
I think it's good.
And the voice cast was great with McConaughey
Matthew McConaughey was great.
and Charlize Theron.
So what next?
All right, my number 10 was X-Men Apocalypse.
Ooh.
I love the movie. It was so much fun to watch. Not going to give anything away because Mr. Rodrigo hasn't seen it.
He hasn't
I
seen
haven't
any
seen
X-Men.
any
Any
of
of
it.
the
Except Deadpool.
Although would you?
It's true.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
He
gotta
is,
count it.
yeah.
But the Quicksilver scene is
Oh,
by far one of my
gosh.
favorite scenes I've seen in a movie.
Oh,
this year.
you
It
have-
was so.
Yes.
Both of you have talked about that.
I was so funny and creative and just unbelievably amazing. So yeah, that's my number 10.
Good
For
for
X-Men
you.
Apocalypse, it's not that high on my list. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. I would say I borderline loved it. The first two acts I think are amazing. It's just that third act let me down a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of people were disappointed with this film, and coming off of Days of Future Past, as great as this movie is, Apocalypse, I do feel a bit disappointed, mainly because the third act coming off of Days of Future Past,
Yeah.
which is one of my favorite movies at this time. So
I haven't seen
It
it.
is, yeah.
So
it
can't-
cracked my top 20, and I just can't believe it.
We
So
still have to watch it.
yeah, X-Men Apocalypse, I still recommend it. A lot of people didn't like it. It's very split, but
I love it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
no, I do too. I'm right there with you.
So
Just not as high on my list.
We're going up. All right, my number 9. I have Moana.
Whoa.
I have Moana on my number 9, and I really love this film because this is similar to the problem we had with Pixar, where we love all of the films. It's just we like some of them a little more than others.
Right.
But dude, I'm a huge fan. We have someone who doesn't like him as much as the others, but I'm a huge fan of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I love him and his voice. You can see it's everything he does is all him, which is why he does all of his parts great. but the music in that movie is fantastic. The animation is absolutely gorgeous. Mind you, the comedy again. I'm in there for a lot of little side animals. Hey Hey, remember Hey Hey?
Yeah.
Of course.
How do you forget Hey Hey?
Of course. And it was a nice movie about the journey and the jokes and the progression.
Yeah, I really liked Moana. It just missed out on my honorable mentions, but I can make an argument that is the best looking Disney movie ever made. I can make a strong argument for that because that was
fantastic.
just freaking gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Most beautiful looking movie of the year, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
What's your?
Very very good music, but Moana just didn't make the cut for me. So my number 9 is Arrival. You guys,
I wanted to see that.
Yeah, you guys haven't seen Arrival.
That's one I have interest in watching.
It's a very interesting movie. So the best way to describe it is that it's a movie about aliens coming down, and we're trying to communicate with them. There's no real explosions. There's no action. It's just us trying to understand them and vice versa. It's a thinking man's sci-fi. You're not in there for the thrills. The thrills come from just wanting to learn more from them. So they get a linguist and a physics theorist to work together to try and understand their language. And I don't really want to give anything away, but the way the way they think will change the way you think. So this movie really does affect you. It benefits from a second watch, which I haven't done yet. I really want to. And
we'll watch it with you.
And the ending is one of the best endings to a movie I've ever seen. It changes the whole game. It changes everything. And the music by Johan Johansson it's not going to be nominated for the Oscars because it got disqualified because it's too similar to other music. But damn, is it beautiful? It's just very classical, very quiet, subdued, but it highlights the themes very well. So Arrival, definitely check that one out.
And I'm number 9.
Yeah, you're on
My number 9 is Zootopia.
All right.
I liked it a lot. The messages in that movie were the things that really captivated me, and how much it was able to squeeze into it. Predator and Prey being kind of like a racial thing. How we had
it touched on a lot.
It did a lot, and drugs and
the drug humor.
Drug humor and
but I really liked that whole race thing. That was a really nice.
The only reason I didn't put it higher was because I felt most of the funny parts were in the commercials.
That was was kind of ruined.
It was kind of ruined with the whole wait, they're sloths. It's like
the sloth one. Yeah, I still laughed when I was there.
The sloth one was.
But can we all agree that the best joke was saved for last?
Oh yeah, at the end, that was hilarious.
Oh, that was crazy.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my number 9.
My 8. My first, what I would consider. Because the first 2 movies were good, but this is the first heavy hitter was Civil War.
Nice.
Civil War at number 8. That movie, basically an Avengers minus Thor, kind of thing, and Hulk wasn't there. But no, it was fantastic. It was because here's the thing. Because that movie, how long is it? 220?
It's about 2.5.
Not much shorter than BVS, but
it's a little bit longer.
But there you go. But because of the content and the way it was, look, I'm gonna say it right now. I love Marvel and Disney, and I think it beats the crap out of DC.
We are not sponsored by Disney or Marvel.
Yeah. At least when it comes to movies, it beats the crap out of it. So that movie was, my favorite superhero is Iron Man. So of course I had to see that, and it was kind of like an Avengers 2.5, and I love both of the Avengers. And whenever there's a large, you get Spider-Man, you get Black Panther. Spoilers if you haven't seen it.
No, they're in the trailer. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go. You have Black Panther, you have Spider-Man coming in, you even have Paul Rudd again. You have him back here. We only had him for Ant-Man, so to see him again was pretty cool. It was just a great movie.
All right, for me, number 8. I feel I have this lowest on the list of all of us.
I don't even know what it is. Let's see what it is.
I still love this movie. Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
I'm going to say this right now. Deadpool is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
I agree.
It is one of the consistently funny, because I've seen it a couple of times now. I still laugh at the same jokes every time. Sometimes it actually gets funnier, and so when I find myself thinking about the movie and I'm just making myself laugh, that's how affecting the movie is. It's such an enjoyable time. Like the highway scene and the final confrontation are amazing action sequences that are imbued that they're imbued so well with the comedy. And then you have the drama that hits with like the cancer, little jibs there to defuse the tension, and the romance. The romance works so well. You believe this crazy, insane romance.
And mind you, I'm not one for romance not for like no romance, but I'm not one for a lot of romance in these kind of movies. So
it is a love story.
Yeah.
It is. Don't get me
It
wrong.
is.
And he even says it. You have to find the girl that brings the superhero from out of you.
Right.
But the romance in this movie, one, is necessary because there is no Deadpool. But it was a nice touch. They didn't overdo it. It wasn't lovey-dovey, smoochy. It was
It's believable.
Yeah,
it's believable because usually in all these other comic book movies, with a few exceptions, you don't buy into the romance. It's just there to like, it's there. It's kind of like in the Thor movies, like
Jesus,
that's just thrown in there. But this actually, it's part of the story. It's integral to the story, so that's why it works so well.
Yeah.
Deadpool, maybe the most fun I had in a theater this year. It's up there. It's up there.
Definitely funniest comic book movie for sure.
Oh yeah.
And even funnier every time you go see it. Like
I know,
it never gets old.
Because you hear new jokes, you pick up new little quirks in the actors, the way they do their performances. It's
I don't
just
want to watch it now.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to watch it.
yeah, I know, right? All right.
My number 8 was Finding Dory.
Mm.
Great sequel to Finding Nemo.
Which is your favorite?
Which is my favorite Pixar
right?
movie ever. Is Finding Nemo. So Finding Dory I rewatched. And you pick up so many new jokes.
Yeah.
And
second time around.
Rewatching the otters speak with Idris Elba.
Yeah.
That's just hilarious.
The seals.
The seals. What did I say?
Otters.
Oh, the
Yeah,
otters
the
are
otters
really
don't-
snuggly.
The otters don't speak.
Which was actually really funny because you hear about it in the
because
tank,
seals do.
and then they do it again. I'm like,
No, but
Dory.
those seals were hilarious.
Those seals
oh my
were
god,
great.
Idris Elba was hilarious.
Idris Elba was phenomenal.
He was great. And what was the Gerald?
Gerald, which I didn't catch until you saw Finding Nemo again. That is the
Gerald.
same name as the other pelican.
Yeah,
It's like, what's going on with Gerald?
It's really funny. That movie's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Finding Dory missed out on my list.
Disney, man.
It's a very good sequel. I enjoyed it more than Finding Nemo. I still think Finding Nemo is a better movie, but definitely a worthy sequel in my eyes.
Good. My number 7. We're kind of touching on one that he left out is Nice Guys. My number 7 is with.
All right.
Ryan
Didn't think you
Gosling.
liked it that much.
Oh, I love the movie. No, it was hilarious. I love. That was also one of the first films that I ever got to see Ryan Gosling in. I didn't really know. I mean, you know about him. I knew about him before, but I never got to see him in a movie.
It's a good showcase of his acting.
And it's hilarious. He's funny. He's a good actor. I liked Russell Crowe. I've seen him before, and Ryan Gosling's daughter was even a good
Gory Rice.
She's a good actress.
She's going to be in Spider-Man.
So awesome. So there was they hit on all that. There wasn't an odd man out that you can tell was a bad actor. But it was a funny movie. It was very enjoyable, and it was. I'm not one for the whole. That's a lie because I enjoyed Stranger Things. I was gonna say I'm not one for the whole retro style, but that's a lie because I actually.
You liked Stranger Things.
Stranger Things was good. But
Also,
one of my favorite things from Nice Guys was that final joke. Well, not final joke, but that when Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe are sitting right next to each other. And then the other lady's sitting down and behind him, and he starts speaking in German. And you're like, what's going on here? And then he goes, I believe he's referencing a certain...
He's making a comparison between you and Adolf Hitler.
And Adolf Hitler. And that just gets me every time.
No, what gets me every time, because I showed it to you twice.
Yeah, I've
is
seen
that
it a lot.
right before one of the funniest scenes, he's already cracking up because he's seen it in the trailers. Right when they're walking to the fence, he knows what's going to happen. He's cracking up. That was just so funny to me when he started laughing.
That was so much fun. But I have it up there.
Yeah. All right. So my number 7 is a movie I know you guys haven't seen because no one's seen it. It's Cafe Society. This is a Woody Allen directed film.
Interesting.
It's set in the 1930s. It's about like this up and coming kid who's getting into the Hollywood business, and so it starts out in Los Angeles, then it moves into New York, and he develops a romance. It's between Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, and and Jesse Eisenberg starts working for his uncle, who's played by Steve Carell. Great performance by Carell. And maybe Kristen Stewart's best performance.
That's pretty studded cast. I'm surprised we haven't.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of people. There's Blake Lively's in it too.
I'm surprised I haven't.
It's like an independent film. It wasn't made on a big budget.
Yeah, because I didn't hear.
It harkens back. Yeah, it harkens back to the old days. As someone who loves movies and is in the kind of trying to get into the business right now, this just spoke to me on every level. The romance is very believable, and it's told with such class and elegance. So it's like a time capsule. When you watch this movie, you're transported to a different time. It's very enjoyable.
No, that's a sign of a good movie.
Yeah, if you've never seen a Woody Allen film, this would not be a bad choice to start with, in my eyes.
Not bad.
Talking about transporting and time travel.
Oh boy.
My number 7 is Star Trek Beyond.
Okay, all right.
I loved this movie. It was so much fun. My dad hated this movie.
My dad did too.
Absolutely hated it.
My dad hated it too.
But there were so many throwbacks to the first movie, and there was just that crazy scene of, all right, what are we gonna do to disrupt all these ships? I'm gonna play this song. Is that classic music? I was like, no, that's hard rock. It's just such a great movie. I laughed, and just the action in the fight scenes, just great. It was a great movie. I love the plot, and I'm just depressed about Anton.
Anton Yelchin.
To be in the next movies because that.
Yeah, they're gonna write him out. They're not even gonna recast him, which honors his legacy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unlike a certain Fast and Furious dynasty who should just stop making movies.
We'll get to that. For me, Star Trek Beyond also missed out on my honorable mentions. Thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's my favorite of the Abrams. Well, not Abrams anymore because it's directed by Justin Lin. But of this new era of Star Trek, this was by far my favorite. It harkens back more to the original series, like the story, the structure of it all. And let's not forget, Sofia Boutella kicked ass as that alien. She was the takeaway from it.
She was great.
And once again, Idris Elba.
Although
popping up everywhere.
I really enjoyed the development of McCoy and Spock, the new guy.
I love the development of all the characters because they paired them up so strangely. You get Kirk and
Chekhov.
Chekhov, that's the one. Chekhov, and then Uhura and Sulu are like caught together, and then you get Spock and Bones. Those character developments are very good. Oh, and Scotty and oh god, I'm blanking out on her name, but Sofia Boutella's character starts with a J, I think.
I don't remember that one either, but it was a great movie.
Very good movie. I recommend it.
I don't watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get you.
My number 6. Okay. You actually saw it earlier today, and you haven't seen it.
No, I have not.
So Kung Fu Panda 3.
Awesome.
That movie was
really enjoyed it.
Really good. That movie,
you liked it that much, did you?
Dude, it's such a good movie, and I don't know what it is about DreamWorks, but they have a thing where their sequels, are not bad. The sequels are better, if not as good as the original movie.
At least their second movie is Shrek.
Yeah, but Kung Fu Panda, mind you, once you start hitting past 2, it gets a little tricky.
Not for DreamWorks though.
But
not yet.
apparently, I was gonna say
for Kung Fu
Shrek.
Panda. For Kung Fu Panda.
Shrek.
Yeah.
3 was
but they do a pretty good job.
How to Train Your Dragon is going to break the tie. Either way,
they do a pretty good job. Kung Fu Panda 3, I just love the whole thing with Poe and what they do with the Furious 5 and Oogway. You saw what happened with
awesome.
Oogway, yeah. So it was really.
Was that the villain?
Oogway's the turtle.
Master Turtle.
Master
okay.
Turtle.
Oh, didn't he die?
Wait, you gotta watch the movie.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's not something. Spoiler. It's not something where he comes back to life.
Okay.
But what they do with him is kind of cool because it's another way.
What did you think of J.K. Simmons as the villain?
I love J.K. Simmons.
Both of you.
I love J.K. Simmons. He's got one of those Idris Elba voices where
you recognize it and you're like,
he
means business.
Mm-hmm, yeah. You don't want to mess with
But
him.
what was really funny about it in Kung Fu Panda was that a lot of the times he was funny. Like as the villain, he had funny moments, and I was like, that's so out of character, but it's so funny.
Yep. You didn't totally hate the villain, which is, it's not because it's not a traditional. This is a comedy. It's not meant to be this super serious action film. So it's good that even the villain gets in.
Well, the first one had a very serious.
Well, the first one was more serious because they had to, they're introducing.
Yeah, right.
And here's something you don't harp on a lot with these movies but the music in that movie was amazing.
Well, the music,
Hans Zimmer was just.
Was that Hans Zimmer?
Oh, right. On point this time, and he had that Oriental but modern.
I have a thing for that culture, dude. Whenever I go, I notice. Mind you, this is a very American way of seeing it, but whenever I go to like Disney and you see the Asia part, but Disney does a really good job at getting you into that culture. And when I read about those cultures and when I study them, it's really fascinating. And the music is no exception.
Yeah.
All right, my number 6 might shock you. Civil War. Oh. Captain America: Civil War.
I thought it was Might Shock You. I was like, what? I've never heard of that one.
I came out of this movie. I was floored. I was shocked at how good this movie was.
It was so fun.
I thought, is it going to be too overstuffed? Is this going to be a thing? I know it's going to probably be good, but how good? This thing blew my socks off. It was incredible. The culmination of it all. A lot of people were left sour by the taste of Age of Ultron. I personally really love that movie.
I
love Ultron.
But here you go. You get Avengers 2.5. And can we talk about that 17-minute action sequence?
Between
one of the best action sequences ever.
I've ever seen.
Just the way it was filmed, the dynamics of it all, the different levels, all the developments, the character developments within it too.
The fact that you had new characters fighting in this giant fight and establishing themselves was amazing.
But that's not just to diminish the story because the story is still very riveting. Like you don't get a lot of action after the first 5 minutes. You don't get action for a good while.
Yeah.
You don't get that chase in the city. until you go through all these politics and stuff. And it's very interesting. It's fascinating because you're invested in this world by this point. And if you're not flipping sides between Tony and Steve throughout the whole movie, if you don't change sides at least once, the movie didn't work for you. Because I went in, I prefer Iron Man, but I was on Cap's side. I kept flipping from side to side throughout this movie.
Well, it's you basically get to see a live look. Well, not live, but you get to see an inside look at the debate of the reasoning behind the two sides and what happened. Because a lot of people they just think about the policies, but then you think of why Iron Man feels the way he feels,
reasoning,
and why.
And they both have very good. They both have very good reasons.
So yeah,
I think I just found it very enthralling. I think it's Marvel's best movie, and it personally cracks my top 3 best comic book movies.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is Deadpool cracking it up?
It probably cracks top 10.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just had
Yeah.
wonder.
No.
It's definitely there.
It's already below. But
It might actually be 8 on my top 10 comic book movies, coincidentally.
So my number 6, I'm keeping it on the sci-fi side.
Okay.
Ooh.
Gabe's gonna be disappointed here.
I'm not gonna be disappointed. I expected you were gonna have it lower.
Yeah, but going back and thinking about it, it sets up that the original trilogy so perfectly. It's like
it's like saying,
it's the 2.5 or
it's the
3.5.
It's 3.5, yeah.
For this case.
More like 3.9. It's right there.
Yeah, it's 3.99. Like it literally starts. It ends where the start of 4 begins, and does it beautifully.
That was a good. It didn't make my list.
I figured it wouldn't.
It didn't make my list, but I really enjoyed that movie. I love the 2K. Not 2K. K2.
K2SO
was clearly my favorite character.
You don't even know the actor. The actor.
Oh,
He's funny. What's his name?
Alan Tudyk.
He just great. Loved him. He's from Firefly.
I did. However, while he was one of the reasons why I didn't have this movie on my list was Diego Luna.
Hard. That was the first
he kind of bugged me. But it wasn't even the movie. I don't care about what he did. It's the actor.
Yeah.
My problem is with Diego Luna, not with the character, not with the plot. It's with him. I don't know. I wasn't feeling him.
A lot of Latinos are very inspired by him doing that. Like, oh gosh, we have someone with a very heavy accent leading a Star Wars movie that is going to make a ton of money. So that's why a lot of Latinos are really responding to this well. It personally didn't bother me at all. But did you guys hear about the sequel?
What?
Rogue 2. Told you. No.
It's starring this young guy. You probably never heard of him. Mark Hamill. It's going to be directed by George Lucas.
Oh.
I think it's called. I think it's called like.
He's doing that thing. I
did not get that when
I think it's called New Hope or something.
No,
I
got it when he said Mark Hamill, but I was like, what the hell? Why?
No, I knew what he was talking.
It was a stupid joke.
No, but what's really funny is ever since the first movie came out, there was always that whole thing about, wow, I cannot believe the Death Star had that flaw.
A lot of people had that problem. I didn't, but
it was made fun of but
it has been. No, it has been.
It's made fun of, and so you see it all over YouTube. Family Guy touched on it, but I like how Disney kind of took advantage of that, and they used that to their advantage, and they made a movie specifically about why there was that flaw.
Exactly.
And now, because they kind of like to patch that hole, because everybody's like, why the hell was there a gaping hole in the first place? Yeah. Now you know why. But that was really cool. That was a cool touch how they got to cover that up. Well, not covered up,
but they do. Watching this movie enhances your understanding of the original trilogy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it improves it.
I completely agree. We're halfway.
We're on the top 5.
Yeah,
top 5.
All right. Here's where the arguments begin.
My top 5 is very enjoyable movie. Foreign, well, not foreign, but foreign culturally. Kubo and the Two Strings.
Whoa!
Kubo
I'm
was
so
nice.
Kubo was.
I didn't think you'd like it that much.
No,
I'm actually really excited.
Oh, there's a reason I keep asking you to let me watch it again. It's because it's Gabe's DVD, but not that he has a problem with me borrowing it, but I really loved that movie. I really enjoyed.
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey. He fit perfectly as a Beatle. His voice worked so well.
I didn't even recognize Matthew.
And I recognize.
I recognize that.
But I love what they do with the characters and how the monkey. I mean, spoiler, but the mom turns into the monkey, and then the dad's McConaughey's character, and it's really cool. And
I called you Mr. Monkey.
And it's just really funny. It's so cool, and the ending, how they get the grandpa, how he gets kind of the grandpa back into reality and becomes a good guy.
It's such a different ending.
And one of my favorite things.
It's like an Avatar ending.
Yeah, it really was.
One of my favorite things, which was kind of a small detail that, I mean, I'm sure you picked up on it and you picked up on it, but maybe didn't like it as much as I did, was the whole and the 2 strings part of the movie.
Yes.
Because when he first gets the guitar,
yes.
it's 3 strings.
Yes.
And I was very confused. I was like, but what? This movie's called Kubo, and what happens here? And then you realize later on that they weren't actually strings.
Yeah.
It came from the bracelets that he had.
Yeah.
And he turned them into the strings.
Well,
and
that's actually my favorite part of the movie. After, we're already talking about spoilers, I guess.
Yeah,
Keep going. When both parents die, like the way it's shot and everything, and then he takes his mother's braid. I think it was her hair. It was her hair. And he takes the string from his father's bow, and he puts that on. That's my favorite moment. That entire silent sequence. Well, and I think he has his own later on. He has his own hair too.
I think he adds his own.
He adds something.
I love it because the parents go, but they never really leave.
They're still with him. Yeah,
because they're still with them. And I love how he uses those strings from his parents to get his grandfather back into the realm of good, I guess.
Yeah,
such a good movie. Such a good movie.
All right, my number 5. This was so hard.
That's what she said.
You gotta throw it in there. You had it.
You don't. You really don't.
You had to. I mean, you said it 3 times or something like that.
Okay. My number 5 is The Jungle Book.
Oh wow!
Nice job.
Had you told me after walking out of this theater, had you told me, hey, you're gonna like 4 other movies better than this movie, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have told you get out of here. You're insane. Jungle Book was the first A+ I gave out this year. This movie blew me away.
Movie's crazy good.
The animation, it's okay. It's all right. The animation, the original one is all right. I grew up with the Russian one, which is significantly better in my eyes, but still not on this level. This is insane. Let's get the obvious out of the way. The visual effects.
Yeah, I was going to say.
About 98% of the movie is CGI. And to have come this far to virtually recreate environments that are so lush and realistic is insane.
And then
it's crazy.
All from the noises to the shadows to the looks to the way everything flows. And the animals, like you can't. It's hard to do that.
It's hard to say that they're not real. Like it's scary.
You point to it and it's like, no, that's real water. That is a leaf.
No, not even that. But every time I watch one of those movies, I come out thinking, why doesn't my cat talk? I'm like, it's so easy for them, but my cat has a hard time talking.
Speaking of talking, let's talk about that cast, that stellar cast. You have Ben Kingsley as Bagheera was my favorite, but Bill Murray as Baloo.
Bill Murray was amazing.
Christopher Walken, Idris Elba.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
And I'm missing
she was only in it for like 6
and Lupita Nyong'o and Giancarlo Esposito as the wolves. All of them were spectacular.
It's great.
Fantastic.
You couldn't get better performances from them. And I'm a sucker for jungle environments, but the way it looked, the way it felt, it was very visceral, very primal. I loved it all. The slight inclusion of the music worked for me. The story's very engaging. I just fell in love with this movie. I was transported to that jungle. And I ended up seeing the movie twice in theaters. And it's a movie that should be seen in theaters, but definitely check it out as soon as you can. This
Jungle was great. It was so much fun.
I'm just surprised it's this low on my list. Not that it's low, but it's not higher.
Sometimes you have other movies.
It's
just
I first saw that movie with a bunch of little kids,
so
it kind of might have detracted from it.
Probably,
but I still loved it.
Right,
and I loved how they kept the songs in it. They could have taken them
to a right amount,
but they could have taken them out all together, and it would have been a fine movie. But it's like they had them. Especially The Bare Necessity.
Yeah.
Like they could have been taken out.
You can't. Like when they redo The Lion King, they better leave some of those songs in.
I think they will.
They have
to. You can't touch the music.
And let's not look over Scarlett Johansson's ending song. It's taken from Kaw's song from the original. That one's good too.
Oh, she's singing
through the credits. Yeah, she's singing. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So Jungle Book, definitely check it out.
All right, my number 5.
Oh boy.
And.
Oh boy, he said that. Oh boy.
This might shock you guys. It probably won't, just because I haven't stopped listening to the soundtrack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It is Moana.
I started writing that down right when you said that.
This is number 5. And I'm going to admit something here.
I thought that would break your top 3.
On camera, on
the record.
Mic, on the record. I absolutely enjoyed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's performance.
Hey, wow.
I thought he did a great job.
Mainly because he didn't have to see him.
Exactly. I didn't have to look at him.
But you can still tell it's him.
You can still tell it's him.
You can still tell it's him, especially when you're hearing this music.
Let's be honest though, because it's basically him. Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Samoan, and you have that Hawaiian feel.
No, that's why they got him.
And the characters, I know, but then the character, that's basically an animated version of Dwayne
It is.
Johnson,
Yes.
just
Of
with
course.
hair.
Of course.
That's the only difference.
Yeah. I love this movie. I keep listening to the soundtrack. It doesn't get old. And then I go back and I look at the scenes of this movie, and I get that splash, that awakening of how beautiful it is. And
It's
just
gorgeous. One of the better.
unbelievable.
I would buy this movie on the premise of its music and its visuals alone. Just those two things.
Funny enough,
then-
Dwayne Johnson's song was my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Not my favorite.
Not my favorite.
I mean, obviously, it's not the hitter of the movie.
We Know the Way is probably my top.
I got I Am Moana.
But I Am Moana was so short, and that's the only reason
But
it's
it's
my
so
second.
good. It's so
It's
good.
What's the one that you said was like the Let It Go of Frozen?
How far I'll go.
That's the one. That one was
Which is
good, but
my number 2, and then is
he was
I
gonna
Am
say
Moana.
one.
Yeah.
But I also enjoyed the meaning. I always look for the meaning in these movies, and the meaning in this movie of being true to yourself, following your own path, whether it's different from your parents or it's just who you are.
Yeah.
Knowing who you are is what's essential. And
She's one of my favorite Disney princesses. Kind of
yeah,
thing.
I would say she's one of the top 10. All right. And
Doctor Strange.
number
My number
4.
4.
Ooh.
I had Doctor
I was
Strange.
waiting for that to come up on your list.
I have a feeling both of you guys don't. I don't know about.
He's got it. He's got it.
Well, I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know. But I know you don't have it on your list.
I don't.
But
I still really enjoyed the movie.
it's just.
It's
such a-
very good.
It was
Very good.
One of the more visually entertaining movies that Marvel's had. It was definitely one of the. It's one of the more original ideas Marvel's had.
I disagree.
But really,
Think about it.
because we get a lot.
Well,
of,
I'll let you talk and then I'll get
well,
into
I
it.
don't because we get a lot of the whole. I mean, maybe Thor is an exception because that's a Scandinavian god type thing.
Okay.
But a lot of these heroes is all about, you have the American view and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, this is an American person in New York City, I believe. Is it New York?
Could be New York.
New York is where the Sanctum Sanctorum is.
There
That's
you
where
go.
space is.
But yeah, so you have this American metropolis.
But a lot of it takes place in Tibet.
But
Yes.
That's where the
what I'm
majority of
saying.
it
A lot of the movie, once he gets injured and he goes on his journey to heal, happens in this beautiful, this absolutely stunning place, and it's not what you'd expect from Disney. It's a foreign land, and it's kind of like the Nepal Tibet area. It's beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, where I say it's not original is that, and it's not taking too much away from the movie because I still really liked it. It's that it has a similar story to Iron Man, Thor, Ant-Man,
Well, yeah, they're all gonna have.
and Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. In that, not so much him because he's actually likable, but all these characters are unlikable at first, or like in Ant-Man's case, is that he's a criminal, and then Thor and Iron Man, they're snobs, they're
snobs.
cocky, and then throughout the movie you tend to like them, but it's kind of like the same thing. Here, what was it? Oh yeah, the mentor. So like the mentor that had a bad student. Where did we see that before? Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
We had the same thing in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And then with Iron Man, someone stole his suit, right? What happened here? Somebody stole
The scrolls.
Mhm. So it's like a lot of those similar stories have been told before. I really want a new story like that for the origin, because these are like origin movies.
Yeah.
So
But that makes sense.
that was like some of the faults I had with it. I just wanted a bit more of an original story, but still very enjoyable.
It had my favorite. Laundry's done. It had my favorite. What was it? Infinity Stone. It had my favorite.
Yeah, that was the
stone,
cool
so-
Infinity Stone. Don't get it now.
Well, it's gonna beep again if I don't turn it off.
Excuse the unprofessionalism.
But they.
So I have a feeling you wanna talk about Doctor Strange a little bit later
I'll talk about Doctor Strange
when it comes time.
Interesting. I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's high.
oh.
That's awesome though. Good.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4. Another movie I don't think you guys have seen. It's
Probably not.
yeah, you probably haven't seen it. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story.
Gabe, I hate you.
Gabe, I want you to die. Just roll over. Jesus Christ.
No, God.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this outright. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story is my favorite movie of the year.
Okay.
This is my favorite movie of the year. Of course it is.
It's
So we're
not
doing.
number
So
one on
we're
his
doing.
list,
We're doing
though.
a best.
It's
of.
not number 1.
So
I'm doing my best because I can say what I think is my favorite, but then you don't know what my best is. So that's how I like to do
So
this.
your list is best of 2016.
Yes, this is best.
Oh, ours are favorite.
Because I'm doing.
I know.
my favorite, yeah.
That's you guys. That's fair enough. I'm saying what I think is better, And it's not just, I hated this movie, but it's better than this. No, I had to enjoy the movie on some level. Yeah, Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and keep it short, because if not, I'll be here all day, but this movie was better than I thought it could be. When I first saw it, I thought, the characters are a bit underdeveloped. This is going to alienate some people who aren't into the lore, who don't watch the shows or read the books like I do. And to an extent, that's still true. But I feel that if you listen to every single line of dialogue, because when I saw it a second time, which gets better with each viewing, I saw it a second time and I paid special attention to the dialogue. They go through so many efforts not to alienate fans or casual people who just go and see it. Everything you need to know is in there. You just have to listen to it and pay attention. Even to how the characters act, it's all there. That's where the development is. I loved the cast. Felicity Jones especially was great.
Felicity Jones.
Alan Tudyk as K2SO, we already talked about that.
Phenomenal.
I don't know who that is, but I love K2.
The visual effects are seamless, and the CGI characters.
K2.
I've been going back and forth. K2 and a few others. I've been going back and forth on Jungle Book or Rogue One as to what I think has better visual effects. Jungle Book created a whole world. But what Rogue One did with these CGI characters it's revolutionary. So when it comes time for the visual effects awards to be handed out, I'm fine with either one winning.
I think it should be Jungle Book because that's just.
I'm giving a slight edge to Jungle Book, but you gotta.
Rogue One
just was like a special achievement award.
There was obviously Princess Leia at the end.
Well, I was trying to avoid spoilers.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's what?
Yeah, not everyone has the time to see it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's not a big one though. But
who's the
Rogue One is just so enjoyable. The first half is like, the first half is it's kind of like a version of the Dirty Dozen or the Magnificent Seven. You're trying to assemble a team, and then who you getting to do this? They each have a role, and then that third act. That final battle. It's called Star Wars. Where are the wars? Yeah, we get space battles, we get little skirmishes. Return of the Jedi was probably the closest we got to a war, aside from the actual Clone Wars in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
But this was a war. The way it was shot, all the visceral action, everything. You're right in there. You're right in the midst of it. A lot of low angles so that you see everything. Everything's towering over you. And I know there's someone here who's not completely satisfied with this, but I think they handled Vader perfectly. The way his introduction is like, is that all we're gonna get? He comes back later. You should be satisfied with what you get of Vader. This is what the fans have wanted. You can't disagree with that. This is what the fans have wanted.
They've been wanting this forever. I'm just saying they could have done more.
Yes, I agree.
They could have done way more with it.
You don't get enough.
Watch the animation. Watch Rebels.
Okay, I'll go watch Rebels.
Go watch it.
In this movie,
I'll show you the
I want
movie.
him to slaughter thousands of rebels. Just like take them all.
But then you bring up the question of why didn't he do that in the original trilogy? You have to have some sort of believability with it.
Well, okay.
There has to be some sort of believability. Rogue One is better than I thought it could be. It's the best it could have been. I loved The Force Awakens. I like Rogue One a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I hold both those films to the standards of the original trilogy. So it's like, right now we're in the golden age of, not golden age of Star Wars, but like a renaissance rather.
That's the word you use.
That's because we're getting new canon, we're getting new books. The show is great.
It's a revival.
Yeah.
The revival of Star Wars.
The revival of Star Wars. It's back and it's kicking, and what can I say? I was thoroughly pleased.
So we're on 4, right?
We are on number 4.
Number 4 is Kubo.
There it is.
I love this movie. And again, meaning is everything, and the meaning of this movie is the best meaning of any movie I've seen this year.
You think so?
I think so.
All right.
It is the exact same principle that J.R.R. Tolkien held his books to standard, is that you are never gone. Your memory always lives on in your legacy and within people and whoever you come in contact. You're always in somebody's book, and they have chapters, and a chapter could be you. You could be a character in the chapter. I've always loved that meaning, and the number of times they kept saying, "Oh, yeah, you never really fade. You move on, and your story is told." And that was the biggest and most powerful message you could ever give people, especially kids that are growing up and they're like, "Oh, I'm getting really old, and I might not always be around, but I always want to be remembered." That is the perfect thing to tell people.
Yeah, so like life is limited, but impressions and legacy are forever.
And your story lives forever. Like you're gonna have, possibly if you're lucky, have your kids, and then those kids are going to have their kids, and you're always going to be a part. You're always going to be around forever, and I love that feeling. Not to mention the beautiful graphics. The stop motion is just unreal.
That stop motion was beautiful.
Unreal.
And I'm a sucker for those. I love one of my favorite series is Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
That claymation is so beautiful.
And then on top of beautiful animations, especially it all being clay, you have amazing and heartfelt music that just knocks the rest of it out of the water. It's just so perfect. I just love that movie so much.
What did you prefer? I know it's a bit different because one is lyrical and one's not. The music in Kubo or the music in Moana?
I could sing to the music of Moana, but if I'm going to sit down and relax, and if I'm going to read or something, I will listen to Kubo music. It's just so calming.
It is. It has that essence to it.
It also had that Japanese feel to it. Like
the Oriental. Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
I loved it. And that's why.
And George Takei.
Oh.
Very, very important role. Oh my.
Covered the eyes. It's a great movie. It's funny. Okay.
All right, get into the
top three.
Top three.
Not top four, because that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
Okay.
I said bottom four. Okay.
Well, it's still weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But in the words of Matthew McConaughey, sing. Sing was my.
I was wondering when that was going to pop up. I thought it was going to be your number two.
No, Sing was. Well, I mean, it's top three.
Yeah.
But Sing was probably the most well-rounded movie I've seen this year, because you have everything from comedy to music to the visuals were pretty good to the stories of the characters. You have enough character development to where you feel for them. I mean, I wasn't crying over some scenes, and it could have been a little more, but you feel for all of the characters. You know what everybody's going through, and to a certain degree, you can relate to it. I mean, my dad's not a drug lord, but I feel, but I can only imagine what would happen if that similar situation, like me and my dad kind of started, it'd be sad.
Can we just clarify that his dad isn't a drug lord in the movie?
Is not, yeah.
No, in the movie. He's not a drug lord. He's a gangster.
Or my actual dad.
I've
Let's also clarify that.
Not seen this movie, so.
Yeah.
No,
Max hasn't seen it.
Oh, I know. I knew that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, the movie was great. The music, I listened to some of the songs in the shower when I'm working out. The comedy sticks with me. We still quote it.
Yeah.
All the time.
I can't stop listening to "Set It All Free" and "I'm Still Standing." Those two songs I can't stop.
I'm Still Standing and "Faith" are mine. "Faith" was the original.
And we relate over that clip from "I Don't Wanna" of Scarlett Johansson just going at it. Damn.
Yeah. Music was phenomenal.
I liked it quite a bit.
I loved it. I would watch that movie again right now.
It might end up in my collection someday. I might end up buying it.
I hope it does.
I might end up buying it because I really did have fun with it.
And Nana Noodleman.
Oh god, that scene kills me every time. Yeah, that movie's a lot funnier than I remember. Jeez.
Yeah, the movie.
The more I think about it, the funnier it gets.
Yeah.
All right, my number three. Another movie you guys haven't seen, and I mean it this time. Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, but I heard about that.
Oh, jeez, this movie. It could be the best. It could be the best directed movie of the year, in my opinion. It's directed by Mel Gibson, and it's a war movie. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen Braveheart.
I know.
I have not.
I
know of it, but I haven't seen it.
If you've seen it, then you know he can direct action very well in this type of.
Mel Gibson was starring in Braveheart. Was it?
Well, yeah, but he also directed it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Hacksaw Ridge is the story about Desmond Doss, who.
I love the story about it.
This is a guy who refused to touch any sort of gun, but he wanted to help the cause. So he was at war as a medic.
As a doctor.
Yeah, and so his journey through the camp and getting into the army and then getting into the war, the actual battle, is so riveting and compelling. You're just so into it. Andrew Garfield gives the best performance of his career by far. And it's not going to happen. He's not going to win Best Actor. He will be nominated. I would give him the award outright. No question about it. Sorry, Casey Affleck, you were great in Manchester by the Sea, but Andrew Garfield poured his heart and soul into this. You feel it. You cry with him. Not that I cried, but you feel everything he's feeling. And there's one sequence where you see him. It's a very long sequence. It's extended. Where he's just continuously saving lives. You're just in there. Your jaw has dropped. You can't believe what you're watching. That's how well directed it is. I've said this before, but it's such an affecting movie. And I think everyone should see it. It's so powerful. So yeah, that's my number three.
Andrew Garfield is Spider-Man.
He was Spider-Man.
I know he's not now. It's Tom Was it
Tom Holland.
Holland.
That one, not Ridley. That's not.
Tom Ridley?
That's not a thing, is it?
No, that's
Tom Riddle. That's from Harry Potter. That's a different.
Good job. You got it.
Never.
Hey, by the way, surprise! You got that. You remember?
So what's your number 3?
Where did I get Ridley?
Do you guys have any guesses at what my number 3 is?
I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess because if I get it right. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it Civil War? Is that where we went with Spider-Man?
No, it's Doctor Strange.
Ooh, wow.
Number 3.
I thought it was gonna be top 2.
Okay, so Doctor Strange, definitely my most anticipated movie of 2016.
You did talk about it a lot.
I always wanted to see it.
You did talk about it a lot.
And again, it's because, I'm a huge DC fanboy. Not a fanboy. I remember the difference. There's some things they do in DC that is not okay.
It's not okay.
Not okay. But I love DC. But Doctor Strange is the introduction of the fate and the different dimensions and guarding all the realms from the weird and the
magical threats.
And the magical threats. It's crazy. What I loved a lot about Doctor Strange is it wasn't original.
Not entirely.
Not entirely.
In my eyes.
Some of the graphics were.
No, the graphics were phenomenal.
You can't touch the visual effects. I have them just underneath Jungle Book and Rogue One, but Doctor Strange definitely deserves commendation for it.
It was awesome. And why I like, and had you not mentioned it, I wouldn't have thought about it. I like the fact that his journey is the same almost to the other starters for Iron Man, Ant-Man. It's copy almost, but it still does it in such a way where you're like, oh, he's hit rock bottom, like at the bottom of the bottom. He spent all his money, he's done all this, and that's it. Like, this is his last shot. And that goes to show that he's going to persist, and that's his character. He's going to keep going and fighting the good fight. And then, of course, if I have to say it again, I've come to bargain. Like, it's just it's so great. Like, this scene Dormammu. I've come to bargain.
Oh god, that was edited so well.
It was perfect.
It was so good.
Oh,
that was so funny.
That was almost the last scene. It was funny throughout the entire. I love that movie. And if we had made a list of 2016 most anticipated, this would have been number 1 for sure.
I thought this would have made your top 2, maybe number 1.
This was one of my most favorite movies, but I have to see it again because I really want to.
Okay.
I'm actually very curious as to what your top 2.
I think I know what his number 1 is,
but I don't know. Anyway, my number 2 is Ryan Reynolds in red spandex. Yeah.
Deadpool. There it is. Oh yeah, that's right. I just remember what the number 1 was. So.
Deadpool was the best. Well, I don't know about the best, but my favorite comic book movie of the year. And it's just that movie, you cannot stop laughing. You get moments where you don't laugh out loud, but you always remember.
There were a lot of serious moments.
But then you know what's coming, and you can't wait for it because it's just it's just hilarious. And that movie it's also, you get this. I mean, this is true for all of them. I mean, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, this sense of badassery.
Right.
But that's way more. It's a little bit more relatable. Because, I'm not rich, I don't have a suit. Granted, I don't heal super fast like Deadpool does, but he doesn't fly, he doesn't have this super strong godlike hammer, And he's also hilarious. He's also such a funny character. And Ryan Reynolds, beautiful.
One of the best performances of the year,
absolutely.
honestly.
I would
Came from a comic book movie, it's a comedy, I don't care. One of the best performances of the year.
Beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah, so that is, it's very you.
Yeah,
very you.
If I were to be a superhero, not because I want to be.
No, but matched by personality.
It would probably be that.
Yeah. That's you.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2. I know you guys love hearing about this movie. La La Land.
Oh boy.
You keep talking about it, I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, okay. Recently I've been getting into musicals. I've been watching a lot of the classics. I love musicals now.
I love
when I was a kid I was like, I hate them.
Gosling.
All I saw really awkward. What?
I said I love Ryan Reynolds, and I was like, that's not Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Gosling had a great year between Nice Guys and La La Land.
Nice Guys and La La Land.
That was great. Emma Stone, also fantastic in this movie. And Damien Chazelle, who directed Whiplash, which was my second favorite movie of 2014, just behind Birdman. He comes back to do this. I'm sorry?
Oh, he directed this one.
Yeah. He directed this, and he wrote the screenplay. This dude's got talent, and he's got a passion for music just as he does for film. The way this is filmed, like, you guys don't know this, I highly doubt it, but the first thing you see is just filmed in CinemaScope. That's a special type of lens that was used for really big screens to compete with television back in the day. That lens has not been used since 1963.
I did not know.
That's how deep it goes. That's how committed he was to recreating the musicals of old. He did all the musical numbers in one take. It was just one long shot of just tracking everything. And the way he constructed the sets, that it's so believable, and then the camera just weaves through it all. It's such a compelling story.
I think we're going to have to see this movie.
No, I really want to see it again. It's so happy. It makes you so happy, despite the sadness that's in it, despite the bittersweet ending, which is perfect because it gives you what you want, but simultaneously depriving you of what you want. It hits both notes perfectly. It's a love letter to old Hollywood. There are a lot of old references that cinephiles will love. It's very funny. The romance is probably one of my favorite romances I've seen in film, and there's a similar theme in Whiplash of don't let other people diminish your dreams just because and especially in the artistic world it's very hard. Like whether it's actual painting or music or film, don't let people tell you, oh, you're never gonna make it. Because if you start thinking that way, you're not going to get there.
You're definitely not going to.
This film tells you to chase your dreams and just commit to it. Just keep on going, no matter what other people say. La La Land is a beautiful film with fantastic music, by the way, and I highly recommend you guys see this movie.
So we're on my number 2?
We're on your number 2.
Civil War.
I knew it.
Knew it.
Anticipation for 2016 to see Civil War was number 2. If I was going to...
You want to see Doctor Strange more?
I wanted to see Doctor Strange more.
Dude, he didn't stop talking about it.
I never stopped talking about
and
it.
And I don't blame him. That movie, because it
so
was...
much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
What was it, your number 4?
Doctor Strange was my number 4, yes.
Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's where it belongs. It's top 5.
I still liked it. I liked it a lot.
So you had Doctor Strange and Civil War back to back. That's cool.
I did.
Two Marvel movies. That's pretty cool.
I did. What I loved even more about this, it gave you more of their superpowers, of Vision's superpowers, of Wanda's superpowers. You
Scarlet Witch,
Wanda.
That's Wanda.
Oh, because I didn't know who Wanda was.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who Wanda is.
It increased everybody's knowledge of the character, which I loved. However, what I loved most about Civil War was the fact that it brought together the last Captain America, not Civil War, because that was Captain America was Civil War. Winter Soldier. It brought together the third Iron Man, because in those movies you saw their viewpoints on what they were beforehand of being selfish as Iron Man to completely changing, and then their sides in Civil War were the opposite sides they were when they began.
I do love how they crossed.
It was amazing, and just to see that movie, and then it to be the culmination. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's been months, so you might as well.
Yeah, at this point, you're fine.
But the fact that the final fight came down to Tony's parents' death being at the hands of the Winter Soldier was unbelievable.
And there was no reason to the fight. It was just
pure.
Hey, he didn't know.
It was emotion.
I don't care.
It was emotion.
It was an emotional
That was just
fight.
perfect.
There is a little tidbit that occurs in the movie that I think a lot of people overlooked. But the Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson's character, actually knew Winter Soldier beforehand because he helped train her. There's a line that she says when they're fighting, and she goes, "You could at least acknowledge me, they know people." There's a line. I don't know. I'm not quoting.
Are you sure?
Correctly. It's like it says like that. You could at least know.
She's talking to Bucky?
She's talking to Bucky, and I was like, it's not because they fought before. This is that was a more of a intimate thing, like knowing each other, because he helped train her in the Red Room. That's a comic book tidbit that not a lot of people know.
All right.
And I was like, oh my god. When they said that line, I rewatched it because after reading it, I was like, that's beautiful. Like they brought comic book lore into it.
Maybe for a Black Widow movie.
Maybe. That would be interesting. And I just
Hey,
loved it.
I'm down for Scarlett Johansson in anything.
And
basically.
I also another thing I really enjoyed was it introduced 2 new characters.
Yeah.
And a lot more characters.
And you got to see a lot more of characters that we already had.
Exactly.
So not only did it introduce, but it kind of...
And it didn't feel forced.
And it didn't feel forced. That's what I was getting.
It felt organic. It felt natural, yeah.
Oh, who's this guy in Queens? He's a nobody.
That was great. Oh,
that scene
in my screening, the first time I saw it, when Queens came up in big letters that took up the whole screen, you couldn't hear a damn thing. Everyone was cheering so loud. It was so much fun.
It was so great. I had a lot of fun watching the movie, and I am thoroughly pleased with the way it turned out. And now I just want to know what's next. I really want to know what happens next. Like, they're all separated.
Yeah, and we don't have a Captain America or Iron Man movie to settle this
for another year.
What are we getting? Because the next movie that should directly relate to that, as far as we know,
is Thor Ragnarok, but they're not going to do anything.
No, not Thor Ragnarok. It's going to be
Spider-Man.
No, it's after that. It's Avengers: Infinity War.
I know that's the movie that we're.
But that's like the one that should settle it because the other movies don't focus on them. Maybe Spider-Man because Iron Man's in it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe talk a little bit about it.
All right,
Rodrigo. Number 1.
Just keep swimming.
I knew it.
Of course,
dude. Of course. Finding Nemo was.
Whoa.
No, I'm talking about.
He knows what he's saying.
I know what I'm talking about. Finding Nemo is one of my favorite Pixar movies of all time, and Finding Dory is no different. It's the perfect 1-2 punch of any. Obviously, better than Cars, better than Toy Story's 1-2, in my opinion. Their 1-2 was really good, but Finding Nemo and Finding Dory was just. It was so beautiful, so just magical and wonderful, and everything about that movie. The comedy, the story, the adventure, and the characters were hilarious. The voices sounded so familiar. I mean, because obviously they're from Finding Nemo. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I grew up with Finding Nemo, so this just felt like a blast from the past. And this was the best movie of the year for me, hands down. My favorite, the best, in every single way.
Whatever have you. All right. My number 1. The Nice Guys.
I don't know. Oh,
The Nice Guys.
Oh, is that from the play menu?
No, that's right when the movie starts. That's the song they play, but I can't play it because of copyright issues. So I improvised. They don't make them like they used to, and that's so true for The Nice Guys. You don't see a movie like this anymore. It's not just because it's set in the 70s, but you don't see like a straight up mystery or a buddy cop movie like this. And this movie, I mean, Deadpool's funnier, but Nice Guys is a close second. This movie had me on the floor laughing. And it's the movie I've seen the most this year. I rewatched this movie endlessly.
I'm surprised it ended up being.
When I first saw it, I really loved it. And the more I watched it, the better it got. And I showed you guys. I had even more fun watching it. I was just like, damn, this movie just keeps getting better and better. Ryan Gosling, I think this is my favorite performance from him, including La La Land in that mix. I think this is my favorite performance from him. Russell Crowe's also fantastic. Their chemistry. This is such an odd pairing, but it works so well. The mystery's engaging. The humor works. The story, you're in it. Matt Bomer has a small role as a villain, and I'm glad he's getting work, you know? He came off the White Collar TV show, and he hasn't really broken into the mainstream movies, but I'm glad he got some work here. And Angourie Rice as the daughter, fantastic.
She was
and even the few action scenes are very enjoyable. But something about it, there's such a charm to it. There's such an old-fashioned charm.
Something about it.
And it's like the perfect blend. Shane Black did a great job directing this, and I believe he also wrote it. It's a very unique script. I hope it's got an outside shot of getting nominated for Best Original Screenplay.
I was going to ask you, do you think it could get nominated for anything?
It could. I don't think it will, but it's got an outside shot.
Good. No,
it's probably in consideration.
I definitely enjoyed it.
No movie hit me like this. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is my third favorite movie of the year. Still fighting Jungle Book or Civil War for what's going to be number 1. The more I watched it, the more it just slowly climbed up there, and then it stayed up there for the past few months. Nothing's topped it.
When did it came out?
It came out in May, late May. At least that's when I saw it.
Nice Guys?
Yeah, late May.
Oh wow! I thought it came out. I thought it was early in the year. Because one was like a January.
No. Yeah, so
but still, good movie nonetheless.
This movie has just been such an enjoyment for me for these past few months. I've seen it so many freaking times. It's ridiculous. But I mean, we've all mentioned it at this point. We all liked it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
I just, and the way it ends to set up a sequel, I'm not one for like, oh yeah, let's make a sequel of everything, but I kind of want a sequel to this. I want to see where this goes. Didn't make a lot of money. We're probably not going to get it.
How much did it make?
Because
do you know?
It broke its it made more than the budget, but it not enough to like warrant. Oh, we're going to get a sequel.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So All those people that are complaining, oh, we don't get new independent films, everything's a franchise. No, we had a great, spectacular film that was independent, and you guys didn't see it, so we're not getting a sequel.
You're right. It did not. Its budget was $50 million, and it raked in.
It was a $50 million budget.
$50 million.
Damn. I guess recreating the time.
And it made 57.5.
57.5. Yeah.
So
that's nothing.
That's nothing.
And it deserved more. It deserved more. It really did.
Like we said, we were talking about Rogue One's opening weekend made what, $250 million?
Yeah.
That movie made in those 4 days 5 times more than this movie made.
Oh no, Force Awakens made $250 million.
Force Awakens, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Rogue One.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, well, I meant Force Awakens. Yes.
Yeah. And I just and I keep quoting this movie over and over again.
It's a funny movie.
It's really funny.
All right.
All right.
You're number one.
It's number one.
Okay, wait. Let's build this over.
You wanna
How hard was it to put this at number one, or was it like, oh, this is number one? Because I'm surprised.
Top three were really hard.
I'm surprised Doctor Strange or Civil War aren't your number one.
And the reason why this, I think, made number one, and I'm going to say it's mainly because it didn't feel like a movie to me. It felt like it was just going in there, I'm going to have fun with it. And it was just funner. It was more fun than anything I've ever done. Ever sat through. I fucking love Deadpool. It's just so fucking great.
I thought you didn't mention it. I thought it was crazy. I was like, where is it?
Oh my god. I would watch that movie over and over and over again, and it doesn't get old. And just the fact that we were able to pause it and see the names that were written on the
on the chalkboard.
It was so funny.
Ryan Reynolds is up there.
Ryan Reynolds. I mean, freaking Bill Cosby's up there. Like, it's just
it's so self-aware. It knows what it is.
That movie's really enjoyable.
I love just everything it brought. Just like, you shouldn't sew my mouth closed.
Oh,
don't make my thing green
or animated.
You better not just fucking do anything that's gonna ruin me forever. And he is Deadpool.
Because they knew
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. You know, they were
it's who he was born to play.
It really was. And from Wolverine Origins.
We've come a long way.
We've
come such a long way.
And it was even in the movie where they had a little doll,
figure. I think we can all agree that shit just went colossal or shit just went sideways in the most colossal way. And then it just cuts to that, well, maybe not the most colossal.
And the fact that Deadpool was able to break fourth wall and
the fourth wall breaks
that's
great.
Him.
They took Deadpool and made it to its fullest potential.
And it worked. And it wasn't like, this is kind of like...
And here's the crazy...
I didn't have a single problem with it. I loved everything about it.
I have one nitpick with it, but I'm not even going to mention it because it's just such a damn good movie. It's just that I guess I am going to mention it. Between the second and third act, there's a bit of a lull in the transitions. Like, all right, come on, get it going. But that's only for a few minutes. Yeah. But the crazy thing is that not only did comic book fans love this, people who don't watch comic book movies love this movie. To the point where this movie came out in February. Mind you, the Academy Awards has a very short-term memory. They remember, they usually nominate the movies at the end of the year because that's where they're put. That's where the best movies are usually put so that they're fresh in the mind. Deadpool has been nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay by the Writers Guild of America. Is nominated, Tim Miller, the director, is nominated for Best First-Time Director from the Directors Guild of America. And the movie itself is essentially nominated for Best Picture. That's the equivalent award. From the PGA, the Producers Guild of America. That's as real as it gets.
What's the award for PGA though?
Best Producers or whatever. But there's a reason that...
That's basically...
There's a reason at the Academy Awards, when they say, oh, this won Best Picture, the producers go up and get the award. This movie's got a shot. I think definitely for writing, it's got a very solid shot at getting nominated. But for Best Picture, you can nominate up to 10 movies.
Hey man, if
it's got a shot.
More for us. I'd enjoy watching Deadpool. And
it's got a solid shot
at the Oscars.
But the thing is, not only did we enjoy it, the Academy is like 96% white, and a lot of those trickle over to the guilds. Those old white people enjoyed this movie too.
That's really funny. Just to think about that. It was
because they always nominate not that it's wrong or anything, but like they nominate the big dramas. They nominate the important films like Manchester by the Sea or Moonlight, which I didn't see, or Fences, which I also didn't see. Those are the ones that usually get nominated. And then just to throw Deadpool in the mix. Just throw Deadpool in there.
It's refreshing.
It could happen. It could happen, and I wouldn't be mad at it. It's in my top 10.
I would not be mad.
I mean, personally, I like to see Nice Guys there, but that's not going to happen.
So, I would watch it over and over again. That's definition of favorite movie. I would put it in and watch it over and over and over again, just because it's engaging. It's not even, so it's different from a movie. The fucker talks to you like he's talking to you.
A fourth wall break in a fourth wall break.
That's like
16 walls.
And we laugh about it.
We're still laughing about it, and the movie's not even on.
It's so great. I just love that movie so much.
Oh, 2016 was a great year for movies.
It really was. Bad year for actors. Great movie.
Well, about the same amount of, more high-profile actors died this year, or celebrities rather. But
did you know today was the 1-year anniversary of Alan Rickman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Way to end it on this note.
I mean.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Always.
That's like 16 walls. Dude, that movie, I love that movie. I mean, it's my number 2.
Well, not as much arguing as I thought. We kind of were in line with a lot.
You want to argue? I'll argue. I mean,
no. Hey, I'm good.
We haven't even started.
We were very civil about this.
Yeah. It's kind of like.
Is that a pun? That was definitely a pun.
All right. So.
Well, yeah, 2016, man. It's in the past.
It's a fun year.
We're looking forward to 2017.
Yeah.
All right, looking forward to 2017. That's the end of this show. I've been Gabe.
I've always been Rodrigo.
And I'm Matt.
And from all of us here at Gainesville, we're signing off.